Bada bing, bada boom.
There.
Okay. This gonna be a long ass video. I want to watch this probably like on a separate day. I don't want to watch, so I'm just trying to keep it like quadruple, but fuck it. 5-year-old child. Fuck, we gonna react to a 5-year-old child found dead in the ceiling of a Chinese restaurant by parents.
There are only so many places you can hide inside of a restaurant. But the problem is, almost every single spot is relatively easy to search. The bathroom requires someone sticking their head under the stall. You're gonna be caught. They're gonna peer, they're gonna make sure nobody is hiding, and they're going to see you. The stock rooms, the kitchen, same thing. You get one person poking around, hide and seek is over. There's not that many hiding spots, which leaves just that one door, the steel door. It's like the size of a small closet. Sometimes the room it's like a small room. And if you step inside and you close that door behind you, you might as well have taken a portal to a different world, because once that door clicks shut, the gasping, the shivering, the numbness, you can't feel your ears, you can't feel your fingers. You're trying to bang on the door to be let out, but you're more clumsy. It's normal, because this is exactly what happens when you are trapped inside of a giant freezer. The idea of working with a freezer big enough for you to walk into and then being trapped inside of one
are cold,
has seemingly
dog.
become one of the top 15.
And Popeyes, now that I worked at two Popeyes in 2 different locations. I had cursed out my old manager. I quit that one. I didn't get fired. I quit that one even though she told me that I was fired. I quit that one because the day she fired me or laid me off, whatever, she asked me to come the next, like 2 days later, because they needed a cook. She asked me to come to work that day, even though she technically fired me 2 days ago. It was stupid, and I came in because my boy was working. But then I texted her like, "You gonna put me back on the schedule?" She never replies. And then I had texted cursing her out because she knew what she was doing. Then she gonna reply to me cursing her out and all that. So we just arguing on the phone. I'm like, "You something like that," and it was that. So she say I got fired. In reality, I quit. I don't know how that worked out, but I went to I hit on my old boss because he went to O'Fallon. So that's basically like extra 8-minute drive, you know what I'm saying? So I just went up there, started working with him. That walk-in freezer lock actually worked. The one in my old Popeyes didn't, but the new one did. I remember this one time, but we locked this one girl up in there.
Slightly irrational fears of the everyday person. I have yet to step foot inside of a commercial walk-in freezer, but I do have random.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Chad. I'm gonna have to react to this a different day because I like to do hour streams and all that. All right, I need a good reaction, a good one. I need a good one. What did I just see? No. Nah, that's crazy. Kevin Hart on betting against LeBron. No. Fuck it, I'm just watching.
Intrusive thoughts about being trapped in one. So much so that there are Ask Reddit threads asking people, in the hypothetical world, if you were to be trapped inside of a commercial walk-in freezer for the night, let's say a restaurant, what do you do to survive? Nobody's coming until the morning.
Man,
the answers really don't do anything to make you less paranoid.
I'm kicking that mug down.
I would take the cold boxes of food and create an ice shelter type of structure. So you want to prevent the blowing air from cooling you down to the point of hypothermia. That's how you're going to circulate your inner warmth.
There's no right answer in that question. That air is going to be blowing everything in your perimeter, in that room, that rectangle, square, will be frozen cold. Like for the first 3 minutes, you're going to be cool. And then you're going to start shivering. Then you're going to act like you in Antarctica. Then boom, I ain't going to lie, you over with. But for the whole night, the longest I've been in there probably was like 5 minutes. I ain't going to lie, when something fell over and I had to restack it or something like that. But I ain't never did 10 minutes in there.
Reddit survivalist writes, many restaurants have large plastic bags in or on those wire racks. If that's the case, take 2 bags, wrap yourselves in them, utilize your body temperature by breathing inside the bag, but not enough to suffocate yourself. Come out for air every now and then. You'll last 8 hours. One person comments, I worked at a fish and chip shop once. got loads of pies and food and, stuff back there. I would just stuff them into my clothes. I would put them in my pants. I'd put them in my shirt. Yeah, they're frozen pies. It's going to feel freezing for the first 10, 20 minutes. And then after that, it'll actually somewhat insulate you. That's how it works.
That is crazy how creative people are.
Yeah. I mean, probably the best advice, the most simple advice comes from one professional that works with industrial freezers. He says, best thing to do if you're trapped, find something to stick into the fan blade so they stop turning.
Hey, that's facts.
Overheat the compressor outside. The cooler's going to stop cooling. The temperature alarm's going to sound.
That's
and then
actually,
you'll get out.
yeah. That's
Obviously,
fair.
this is after you check to see if the emergency exit method is not already working, which surprisingly a lot of people report in the restaurants that they work at, it never functions well. Naturally, it is one of the very first places the police officers check for the little missing girl. What if she accidentally walked into the freezer and somehow got locked inside? They start going through the bins, the grocery bags filled with raw meat inside of the freezer. She is not here. They check and they double check, and when they're done, they walk out of that commercial freezer. I mean, it's clear she's not in the freezer. But that is the thing. Even police have their blind spots. When looking for 5-year-old Ashley, they look everywhere. They look on the shelves, they look under the chair, they look in the bags, they look inside that commercial walk-in freezer. But while they're in the freezer, did they ever think to look up? This is the case of Ashley Zhao, the 5-year-old girl that was found in the walls of a Chinese restaurant.
Damn. Yo.
Sponsors who have made it possible for Rotten Mango to support Baby to come. Please take time. Any mentions and details included in this episode should not be taken as fuel for some sick anti-immigration xenophobic narrative or just hatred against Chinese people or China. At the same time, one's immigration status and culture should not be used as a reasoning or as an excuse for their crimes, especially when as serious as murder. So these are just the facts of the case. And additionally, most of you guys are, sometimes I feel like you guys are a little too smart for your own good sometimes, but so this doesn't apply to you, but the very small percentage of people without working frontal lobes, please exercise a bit of common sense and nuance. Don't use this video as justification for avoiding small businesses or Chinese restaurants and avoiding mom and pop shops and allegedly finding an acrylic nail allegedly in a crumble cookie. That's a valid reason to question the hygienics of a restaurant. Seeing that a restaurant is owned by a particular ethnicity or serves a particular cuisine is not a valid reason to question the hygienics. That being said, let's get started.
Okay.
The top 4 most dangerous jobs in the United States. Can you guess them?
Probably like a lumberjack or something.
Yeah, logging workers.
Logging worker.
So logging workers is the most dangerous. Then pilots and flight engineers, oil, gas, and mining. And then number 4 are roofers.
Yeah.
There's 2 roofers standing up on the roof on top of this pet store. It's 15 feet tall, so it's not like the most dangerous roof that they've been on, but they're being cautious. They get up there 10 a.m. They're trying to beat the afternoon sun. One of the guys, he gets close to the edge of the roof. He's just staring into the parking lot. He's like zoning out while he's waiting for his partner to get done with his part. And he sees this SUV pull up. And he says, nothing was out of the ordinary. I wasn't expecting anything, so it just seemed like a normal day. He watches the man get out of the driver's seat. A woman gets out the passenger seat. They don't talk. The 2 of them go to open the back door where they pull out a young little girl, maybe 5, 6 years old. They take her out of the car seat, cover her face with her purple winter coat because it's freezing outside, and they walk away from their car. It's a pretty anticlimactic experience. I mean, he almost forgot the entire thing until the police start questioning him. Because by the time that he saw the 3 of them, the man, the woman, and the little girl, one of them was already dead.
What?
A man calls 911. He sounds like he's trying to keep his composure. It's working. He sounds relatively calm. Hey, what's going on? That's literally what the 911 operator says.
Hey, what's going on?
I can't find my daughter.
Okay, how old is she?
5.
Whoa. Wait. I gotta run that back.
He sounds like he's trying to keep his composure. Woman and the little girl, one of them was already dead.
Yeah.
What?
A man calls 911. He sounds like he's trying to keep his composure.
Okay, she
It's
said,
working.
man,
He sounds
so-
relatively calm. Hey, what's going on? That's literally what the 911 operator says.
Hey, what's going on?
I can't find my daughter.
Okay, how old is she?
5. She just turned 5.
When's the last time you seen her?
This afternoon, probably.
Around what time?
3, maybe 4.
So you haven't seen her in 5 hours?
So he's calling around 9 p.m. and saying he hasn't seen his daughter since 5 p.m. This is a 5-year-old little girl, so it's not even like I haven't seen my 13-year-old daughter who went to her friend's house.
What was she wearing?
She's wearing a purple winter coat. I don't know what those things are called, but they're not jeans. They're like,
Like leggings?
yeah.
Jordan?
What color were they?
Yeah.
Grayish.
Okay, and you haven't seen her in 5 hours?
About, yeah. I mean, she was there sleeping. I mean, you know.
Where was she sleeping at? In the restaurant?
The man is explaining that he and his wife own this restaurant, which they have this little mattress in the back, a tiny little mattress where sometimes...
Oh, she got kidnapped. Damn.
one of their 2 daughters. So they have a 6-year-old daughter and a 5-year-old daughter, and the 5-year-old is missing. And sometimes they just sleep in the back while their parents are working, and now she's gone. I mean, she was sleeping there. I picked up my older daughter from school. We all saw her sleeping there, and we went to work, and we let her sleep, and we got busy. And then after I got busy, we started cleaning up, and then we opened the door, and she's not there. Do you have any security videos or anything in there? No. We don't have any security cameras in the restaurant. We've been here for 6 years, never had security cameras. But we all saw her, all of us. Like my wife, myself, my older daughter. When we came back, when I picked up my older daughter from school, we all saw her sleeping there. Okay, were there any suspicious people that came into the restaurant at all? Do you think that she could have walked out? Could she have run away? I have no idea. I mean, she was sleeping in the back. It's kind of hard to say. None of your employees had seen her? There's only 2 of us in the restaurant, just myself and my wife. There's nobody else in the restaurant. There's only 3 people in the restaurant right now. Okay, when you guys left, who was there with you? Who was there with your daughter when you guys left to go get your other kid from school? My wife. I got my other kid from school. So I picked up my eldest kid from school. My wife was at the restaurant with the youngest kid. But when we came back, she's here. The little girl is here. My wife is here. The restaurant is open. The restaurant's always open. I usually open up. I drop my daughter off at school in the morning, and then we come here to open up the restaurant, and then I go pick her up. Okay, right now, though, when you left, you said your wife and your daughter left to go pick up your daughter from school? No, I didn't say that. I said that my wife is here all the time.
Did you hear the whole
Change
thing?
the story.
Was he contradicting himself, or?
I would say that I think she was having a hard time understanding. I don't think that he was blatantly contradicting or anything was particularly alarming about the 911 call. Okay. I think the only thing that I would take away from the call that was like a little, is that he seems a little calm. However, that could be seen as a positive trait of a father trying to get a goal done, a mission done.
This is the show everyone is watching.
Ready or not, here I go.
Players
You
walk
can
in,
have your
legends walk
finding
out.
you.
March Madness continues through April 5th on ESPN. Greatness is now playing.
I really want St. Louis to beat my Michigan, but at the same time, I knew damn well they want for to beat Michigan, bro. Like it was going both ways.
I'm sorry. When I meant was myself, okay? When I went to pick up my daughter, when we came back, myself and my daughter, not my wife. My wife was here the whole time. When we came back.
So your wife hasn't seen her since around the 4 or 5 o'clock either?
Yes.
He explains they saw her around 4 or 5. Everyone. The 6-year-old saw her, the wife saw her, the husband saw her, everybody saw her sleeping, and then the dinner rush came. They were fixing up the dinner rush. Afterwards, they went to check on her and she's gone, and it's been 5 hours. Maybe she managed to walk out the back door. And if that's the case, she maybe has a few more hours left. Because if she's been out there for at least a few hours, and it's 6 degrees outside, she doesn't have a lot of time.
6 degrees Fahrenheit?
Yes. If the walk-in freezer is the worst case scenario, at least on first glance, this is the second worst case scenario. Ashley, 5-year-old Ashley, being lost outside in the cold. A lot of health inspectors do not like to eat out at restaurants. It's just not a fun time for them. You want to eat dinner with a health inspector, you're probably going to go to their house. It's understandable. Maybe it's safer to cook at home when a ton of restaurants they're inspecting are clearly doing what they call fire drills. You think the health inspector doesn't know what's going on? They know. Manager, owner, eyes get huge. They start ordering employees to do all sorts of tasks. You over there, you over there. They're like managing a drill to cover up all sorts of potential violations, which usually results in creating more violations on the spot. Or some of them try the distraction method. Divide and conquer. They send people to bombard the inspector to get all their attention so they can't actually focus on the restaurant, and the inspector is thinking, that's not working.
Sometimes I heard they will have like they will form a clique with all the restaurants nearby.
Yes.
So usually when it comes to one of them, they will alarm the other.
Yes.
Hang on, I'll check.
I think the health inspectors are the citizens' number one friend and the restaurant's number one enemy sometimes. And one of them just goes by this rule. One health inspector, he said, go to the bathroom. Before you order, go to the bathroom. Usually
Let me get some water real quick, Chuck. That's probably what it is. I'm thirsty. I'm gonna throw this stuff away real quick too.
in most restaurants, the bathroom and the kitchen are in very similar conditions. One health inspector writes online, at one busy restaurant, there was a bucket under the prep bench. And I thought, what's that bucket? I walked up to it. The chefs were peeing inside the bucket instead of going to the bathroom.
Man. Come on,
Another
dog.
says, I do remember a steak being returned once. Flipped it over. There was a crispy fried cockroach cooked into one side of it. One netizen writes online, my mom was inspecting a donut shop in California and saw someone changing a diaper on the dough prep table. Their excuse was, what? We're not open yet. People say, I've seen soup being prepared in 5-gallon Home Depot buckets on the floor. I've seen soup being prepared without utensils, just using a bare arm to stir the soup. Someone said, I discovered, as a health inspector, one of the local restaurants had been washing dishes in the lake behind the restaurant. Another said, I'm not a health inspector, but I worked at a major fast food chain.
Nah, I know. I worked at Popeyes for 2 years damn near, but we don't got nothing crazy like those. We got some crazy stories though. Did we pass the health? Yeah, if you failed a health inspection, they shut the shit down, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, I believe, yeah. So we passed it, of course. It wasn't pretty, but we passed it for sure.
Coworker that would lick her index finger every time she peeled a slice of cheese from the stack of cheese to make cheeseburgers. It was as if she was trying to separate a sheet of paper from a stack of papers. I would watch her do this all day long. I never said anything to the health department, but I sure as hell never ate the cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Another person writes, I worked at another major national food chain, fast food chain. When the health inspector came, the cooks took all the expired food out of the fridge, stored it in their cars by the dumpster until after the health inspector left, and then we put it all back. One health inspector said, we kept getting reports of a vanilla ice cream machine with black specks in it. Worried it would be grinding metal, like a little lock metal. That could be a health hazard. The barrel for the ice cream machine was infested with cockroaches, just being ground up and expelled as additional protein. One person writes, you think that's bad? I saw a floor painted with non-slip paint, and they literally painted over a dead rat and sealed it there. Considering how bad health inspections can go, Ong's Chinese cuisine in Ohio is actually not that bad. Ong's is a Chinese carry-out restaurant, so you don't really go there to sit and dine in. You go there, you order food.
It's like a China
you get
King.
your dank Chinese food, and then you leave.
Yeah, it's
You
like a
pick
China
up,
King,
You do
yeah.
to-go orders. You have some tables lined up with some menus and like this.
It's like the average American Chinese food. I mean, Chinese restaurant, for real, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you order Chinese food, a lot of people mainly call up there and order it. You know what I'm saying? Then you pull up, you pay for it. They already have your food ready. You know what I'm saying? You select your food and you out. And that's a legit fact. You hardly see anybody in there eating. You know what I'm saying? Chinese restaurants, we get our food and we go. You know what I'm saying? That's literally to go.
Soy sauce containers with the
Right.
chili oil containers. But most of the time, you see a row of people standing on their phones waiting for their takeout.
Exactly, yeah.
Most of Ong's Chinese cuisine violations include chicken thawing on a rack at room temp. Food should be thawed under refrigerator or running water. Chicken that has been cooked is cooling at room temp. Food should be cooled by placing in shallow pans and placed in the walk-in cooler. And then lastly, chicken has been repackaged into disposable grocery bags. Food that is repackaged must be repackaged into food-grade packaging.
These are comments from the
Yes.
inspectors?
Yes. Now, regardless, once these problems are fixed, they pass all their health inspections. There's really nothing notable in any of their health inspections, except one that is taken by Inspector Christina, but none of the customers really care for it. January 4th, 2017, she says, while conducting my inspection, I noticed a little girl hunched down in a small toddler chair in the dry storage room. It caught me off guard because of her presence and demeanor.
Wow.
I only thought the owner and his wife were there. I asked the little girl how old she was, and I got no answer. And I stared at her and I said, "Are you 3?" She responded back, 5. The girl remained in the same spot during the whole time. I was inside the facility approximately 90 minutes. I asked the male owner if she went to preschool or kindergarten, and he reported she went to kindergarten. But
Why she
I
in
don't
the-
know. There was a blue table in the facility by the hallway of the kitchen, had coloring books, crayons, a baby doll, another toy. It was just so strange, though. I don't know. It was so odd. The little girl was so quiet, and she would only stare at the floor. I thought
the
she was
hell?
in
She
trouble for
possessed?
something, but I'm not sure. I just thought it was so strange the entire time I was there. I didn't even know she was there, too. It was like she was like a little ghost.
Is this an interview? Or is it...
Inspection.
This is a written formal statement, an interview with the officer.
Wow.
A few weeks later, that little girl, 5-year-old Ashley, goes missing. Ong's Chinese cuisine restaurant technically has 4 employees. You've got Liang Dao, so Liang, the dad. You got Ming Ming, the mom. Jojo is the 6-year-old daughter. This is a nickname. This is not her real name. But they refer to her as Jojo, but it's not her government name. And then Ashley is the 5-year-old daughter. So there are the 4 employees of the restaurant. Nobody else works there. It's just the 4 of them.
So basically, too, because unless the 5-year-old help out, the 5-year-old might help out by giving them food.
And
out.
a 300-item menu. And every single person that walks into the restaurant to order, the approximately 5 to 8 minutes that they wait for their food, they will all have very different feelings about this family. A former delivery driver does mention that Ming Ming and Liang seemed like good people. However, I always thought Liang wanted a son. He would say, "I want a son," but he didn't have one, and I think it bothered him. Do with that what you will. Others think it's just a little bit much to run the entire restaurant with the 2 of them. I mean, they do the cooking, they do the front of the house, everything. I imagine the hours are pretty insane. One fellow parent at the local elementary school says, "My daughter was friends with their oldest daughter, Jojo. If they wanted play dates, I would have to bring my daughter to the restaurant."
That's
But the
crazy.
family unit as a whole is pretty wholesome. I don't think I ever caught them at a bad moment. This is a direct quote from neighbors. Like, these are direct quotes from people that knew the family. They were always very polite, a little reserved. The family seems very private, but the 2 girls, by all accounts, seem like daddy's girls. But now, Ashley is gone, and the only lead the police have is maybe she went outside. The doors to the back lead to the back parking lot of the plaza. Once you pass that, it's pretty dense wooded area. It's like one of those suburban areas in Ohio where you drive and it's tree, plaza, tree, plaza. Those are the trees. She's 5. I mean, she could have been anywhere. She could have been taken. We don't know. I mean, has anybody been acting strange recently? Liang, the dad, says, there were 2 guys that came into the restaurant on 2 separate occasions, a few months apart, but twice. I remember because they were asking some weird questions. We thought, like, they were trying to see which restaurant to target for a robbery. They were asking, like, when are your busiest times? How long do you stay busy? What time do you close? But
I mean, them not weird questions. Those like more accurate, you know what I'm saying? Because like, what time you close? You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of restaurants be saying that. Your busiest times, he might want to just, you know what I'm saying, come before y'all get busy so he can get his food and get out. You know what I'm saying? So them not, you know what I'm saying, weird questions, but it could be weird depending on how he asked them and how the nigga looked
I
too.
didn't think anything of it after the second time because it just seemed kind of dumb that they would also ask all of that. And probably they realized that there's not much to rob here, so they moved on. But maybe Liang is wrong. Maybe they didn't come for the robbery. Maybe they were looking for something else. Because behind the restaurant in the woods, the police find their very first piece of evidence, and it's not looking good. a pair of black shoes, too big to be Ashley's. Adult shoes, like
What?
men's sneakers.
Huh?
Over 100 officers are searching the dense woods behind
Okay.
restaurants all night. Civilians are coming out in giant puffer jackets and winter coats to help search. One woman in the car is being interviewed as she's going to search. I just pray that if somebody took her, that they would have the heart to bring her
This
home.
happened in the
because
U.S.
I'm sure these parents are in such
Oh.
distress.
She was the sweetest little thing. I just loved her so much. Every time I would go in to pick up food from them, she was always behind the counter and she would talk to me.
So that night, there is a gathering in the plaza of the restaurant with all the locals. People are praying. They're comforting
Okay,
each
so
other.
this
They're
America.
praying that Ashley makes it back home. And there's at least one person there praying that Ashley will never be found.
Oh,
Do you know how to tell when someone is lying? I mean, there's so many videos on YouTube of FBI profilers telling you how to spot a liar. There's probably more than 4 videos on this topic at the very least. But the only way to really tell if someone is lying is to establish a baseline. Figure their unique nonverbal communication habits first, and then see if they change when they're being deceptive. But if you don't have the time for that, look for micro expressions.
Oh, shit, beat their ass on the spot.
That's what they say. Tell someone good news about your life and watch for a brief flash of a smirk or a grimace before they smile and congratulate you. And if you catch it, even for like a split second, just know that maybe they're not the most happy for you. Or sometimes it's below the table signs, which actually works. There was a K-drama clip that went viral recently, but there's a reason that it went viral because humans have a very distinct way of communicating. The clip is of a guy and a girl meeting up at a coffee shop. The girl starts crying. The guy gets up to get her tissues, feeling bad for her, but as he's walking back to the table, her back is turned to him. She's still sitting at the table crying. He stops because just from looking at her back, he can tell her body language and she's lying. She's not actually crying. Can you guess what that body language is?
Like
Dick.
chest up, like shoulder straight. or
No. She's hunched over crying.
was she? Oh, she's shaking her leg. No, no. Yes.
Her foot is moving up and down.
Mm.
She's rocking one foot.
Oh.
Her legs are crossed and she's rocking one foot,
Yeah.
Wow.
which typically doesn't happen when you're
Yeah.
crying and distraught. It's very inconsistent. So clearly, when adults lie, there are inconsistencies. But is it possible for a kid to lie? I mean, one could argue it's nearly impossible for kids to lie. I actually hate that thing where it's like all kids lie. I get it. Kids go through a phase where they test boundaries and they learn how to communicate. But I think it's nearly impossible for kids to lie because most of the time adults will be able to spot it. They're not the most advanced at hiding their deception. One of the detectives on site, searching for Ashley, spots her older sister, Jojo, sitting off to the side. He decides, with consent, to ask Jojo again exactly what is it that she saw in that restaurant. Jojo glances around. She makes sure that nobody's eavesdropping, and she whispers, "Mommy and Daddy said I can't say what happened."
What?
What? I don't really know. I'm not sure. Mommy and Daddy said I can't say what happened. Suddenly, the detective is staring at Ming Ming and Liang from across the restaurant. And it's not adding up. Liang is fidgeting with his hands, talking to other officers, but he almost looks nervous more than anything, which fine. Maybe he is nervous. He's nervous to find his daughter. But Ming Ming, her reaction right now this entire time has been cold. The officer walks up to Liang, the dad. "Do you have a recent photo of Ashley?" "I do
Nope.
not."
You,
You
don't
don't
fuck about
have
that girl?
social
That's
media? You
bogus.
don't post them? Do you have a physical album somewhere? No. The only picture I have of her is her passport photo.
So some is what? Man, okay, something clearly going on with the pops, man. They must have adopted her. I ain't gonna lie. One night she whispered in her ear, "Fuck you," and he had heard that through his dream and hated her ever since.
Some people swear by the idea that the only way to lie on a polygraph test and not get caught is to clench your butt cheeks or put a thumbtack in your shoe, and every time that you answer a question truthfully, you step your toe onto the thumbtack. and you clench your butt muscles and you release them slowly to throw off the questions reading. Others say, no, you just have to lie. Like you have to think when they ask you normal questions, so they do a baseline first. Control questions is what they call them. They ask you for your government name, your birthday, who the president is. This is your baseline. This is when you're normal, when you're not stressed out. This is how you're gonna be. They said, when they ask those questions, start biting the inside of your mouth. Throw off the baseline. Because that's what they're going to compare the lies to. Other netizens say, listen, I've lied on many polygraphs. It's just 90% breath control. Just sit in the chair and keep a steady breath. Every once in a while during a control question, interrupt your normal breathing rhythm and breathe.
I'm trying to finish it, y'all. I'm trying to finish this video all in one take. I ain't gonna lie to y'all niggas. Y'all might look at my camera like, damn, this nigga dozing off. I am. Just like you know, I am tired. You know what I'm saying? I just did shit work and all that. Even though today I don't gotta go to the gym. I don't know, I'm just tired, bro. But I wanna complete this. I wanna do this shit so bad. I wanna
be
finish
very
this
calm.
video.
They will ask you the same questions
I'm
over
curious
and over.
so
You will
bad.
be bored. You will be frustrated. This is a game of patience.
Okay.
With some even saying that the best way to beat a polygraph is during the control questions where they ask you for your name, start counting backwards from 100 by intervals of 7. So like 93, and then from there and there. Because that makes I guess it does something physiologically to you. Or recall emotionally charged memories during childhood to trigger physiological responses that are gonna throw people off. It's actually pretty terrifying how a lot of polygraph administrators cannot tell when someone is using a deceptive technique. It's really hard to detect. But that means it could go the other way too. You can completely tell the truth and it will look like you're lying. Liang, the dad, is the first to go. He's welcomed into the interrogation room. He's wearing a black hoodie, dressed comfortably. But first, the control answers. Do you have any idea what the reason is for this test? To see if I hurt my daughter? Did you hurt Ashley? Answer truthfully by saying the word yes or no.
Oh, he's going through a lie detector
Yes.
test?
No.
No.
If I were to ask you right now, you physically have anything to do with Ashley's disappearance, what would the truthful answer be?
No.
Have you ever had any psychological counseling?
Yes.
Yes. When was the last time? About a month ago? What was going on? What were you having a hard time with? My wife's immigration case. Oh yeah, what is going on with that? Is she going to be deported or something? So Ming Ming is trying to get asylum in the United States, but it's not working. I don't know. Maybe. But you're an American citizen. Yes. And your wife can eventually become a US citizen. My mom did the process as well. It's harder than it looks. So what are you feeling? What were some of the things emotionally that you're feeling? That my wife might get deported. Okay. I don't know what to do with my kids. So you were worried about what might happen, that she can't take them with her? I don't know. Even if she did, I would still have to support them. On Tuesdays, that's the only day the restaurant closes. What do you do on your day off? I pretty much do stuff for the restaurant. So you don't have any hobbies or things you like to do? I like to draw, play some games. He's very calm. What is your greatest ambition in life? Wait, how old are you? 34. Honestly, I told my wife I gave up on the personal stuff. I just want to raise the kids. I just want to make sure that they have a good future. Do you plan to have more children than 2? Yeah, I wanted 4, but it can be tough. What's the single best thing that it's ever happened to your life so far? My
Feeling
kids.
dope.
What's the single worst thing that's ever happened to your life since the day you were born?
Getting pregnant.
Probably this. This is where it starts feeling less like a polygraph and more like a full-blown interrogation. A lot of people would categorize this type of interrogation like being buried alive. So I think it's very interesting when you watch a lot of interrogation tapes, each one has vastly different pacing, but they're all kind of across the board can fit into different categories. And it always depends on probably the interrogator themselves, how much evidence they actually have on the subject, and then the subject themselves. Each personality is going to be different. But this one is such a clear categorization of being buried alive. Just soil collapsing on the subject. The overlying feeling is supposed to be every lie you tell buries you deeper and it becomes suffocating. The interrogator asked Lang, "Why did you agree to take the polygraph today?" I didn't know. I thought I had to, you know? Has Ashley ever run away before? Run away? Run away from home? She went out the back door before. Okay. I'm just talking about, is she the type to kind of
She that young already running away from home. Holy shit, I'm tired, y'all.
run off and go? No. You say she ran out the back door, ran out of the back room at the apartment? No, at the restaurant. Can you kind of tell me what you did yesterday? Yesterday? Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't slept for a while, so I don't know what yesterday was. Has Ashley ever wandered off before? Yeah, she opened the back door and walked out before. Can she unlock the door or something?
Yeah, I'm nodding off and all that shit, but I'm still listening. I'm just letting y'all niggas know. I'm not trying to curse, but I'm letting y'all know I'm still listening.
Have to get out?
I'm just tired.
Yeah, both my daughters can. They both did it. They're not supposed to do it, but they do it. So how many locks are on the back door that they have to open? None. It automatically opens from the inside. Okay, and then you need a key to get back inside if you're outside? Yes. What do you think happened to Ashley?
This is the show
I don't
everyone
wanna
is
answer that.
watching.
Ready or not, here I go.
Players walk in,
Okay.
legends walk out. March Madness continues through April 5th on ESPN. Greatness is now playing.
I don't know. So what do you think? If somebody took your child, what do you think should happen to that person? What do you want to see happen to them if you find out through the investigation that someone took your child, she was just wandering around, and they picked her up and took her?
I'm gonna shoot that ass boy when I catch him in front of the police too.
I would want her back. What do you think should happen to that person?
Death.
Go to jail.
Nah.
What would be the possibility that an accident happened inside the restaurant? The possibility of an accident happening inside to where
He
she got
acting
hurt really,
stupid.
really bad. I guess it's possible. I'm asking you because I have to look at every possibility when I'm doing the polygraph, okay? The child walks out the door, and a very unfortunate thing happens. Someone picks her up and takes her, and now they have their own child. Maybe there's an accident. She gets burned with grease or something, and the next thing you know, she's laying lifeless. You're scared. You don't know if police are going to believe you or not, so you just take her body and hide it somewhere. I have to look at that possibility because, unfortunately, those things happen as well. But if you know what happened to your daughter, you need to tell me. Because there's an awful lot of people right now looking for her. A lot of people, more than you can imagine. Highway patrol's got helicopters, airplanes, they've got dogs, they've got all kinds of people looking for her. But if you know we're never gonna find her, you need to let us know right now. Because these people are away from their families, and they will be for days and days and days, and that's not fair to them. If you know, in fact, where Ashley really is. The other possibility would be that you sold her.
What?
We probably
Unfortunately,
did.
a lot of people do this. They sell their own children.
Well, they don't want them no
But
more.
if you know what happened, you need
I'm gonna go take a piss real quick, chat. Take a piss. Go.
to tell me. We gotta stop. You're giving me a lot of stuff, and I haven't slept in a really long time right now. I don't think I want to do this. A lot of other people aren't going to sleep until they find her. We owe it to you. We owe
Mind y'all, this the dad. Go over
it to
them,
everybody. We owe it to Ashley. I'm having trouble keeping my eyes open right now. I've had 5 minutes of rest since yesterday, and I slept, I don't know how much. You ask all these tough questions, and I'm starting to get scared. What are you scared of? Do you know something that you haven't told them? I mean, look, I'll be your spokesperson for you. I know those people. There's no reason that you shouldn't be able to tell what you need to tell. There's no reason you shouldn't be able to. And I will go right beside you. I won't make you do it by yourself. But you've got to tell me what's going on. I'm scared if I continue with this test and it shows that I'm lying or I'm trying to fake the test or something, it's going to reflect badly. You're right. It will reflect badly. And we don't want that. No, we don't want that. And I told you I'm having a really hard time concentrating and sitting here. I can't even really keep my eyes open. I just keep blinking. Can you tell us where she is? Can you tell us what happened to her so we can at least go find her? Can you at least do that for us? I'm just afraid for my wife, that's all. Why? What did she do? Huh? What did your wife do? Did she make a mistake?
Nah,
No,
I bet you he did all of this. And they told him, if you try to say something or tell the police what happened, we on your wife.
deportation, I get that, but I don't care about that. It's not about your wife, it's about your daughter. We just want to find your daughter. My whole family is gonna fall apart. Can I just go home first? I know you know something. I just want to be able to call off all these people if I can. If I can send them home, that's all I want to do. I just need a little more time. That's all.
That's what the dude said.
Do you have any idea where she is? If we just know where she is, you don't have to tell me the rest of the story. I just want to know where we can find her. I just need a little more time. Do you know where she is? Would you tell me that? Do you know where she is? The longer this goes on, and then they find out all along you could have stopped it and you didn't, gloves are off. There's nobody that's going to deal with you. Nobody's going to feel sorry for anybody, and it's going to get really ugly.
Ain't nobody
And
finna come
I
back to
don't
the
want
shop
that
no
to
more.
happen. There's no reason for that. I don't want it to happen. You don't want it to happen. You don't have to explain to me, but at least let us go
Alright,
get
cool.
her. That's all we want to do, so that we can send everyone home so they can at least spend their evening with their loved ones. I know, I understand, okay, I really do, but you know, it's not just my wife, it's my whole family that's gonna... Can I just leave? Can I just leave for a little while? Just let me go back home to my wife and see my kid. I just want to see my kid. You're not gonna tell us, are
This
you?
dude is a
I
buster.
just want to see my kid and my wife. I want to help, but I can't help if you don't help me. I'm gonna reach my arm out to you. I'm gonna reach my hand out to you. Take my hand. I'm here to help you. Look at my hand. It's
Jesus?
shaking. It shakes when I'm nervous. But I'm putting my hand out to you. Please. It was an accident.
Oh.
We didn't mean for this to happen.
Oh.
What happened? Did she fall? No. Something get spilled on her?
Oh.
No. Somebody fall on her? No. Was she playing and she got hurt? No. Just tell us so we can at least go get her. I mean, I'm still gonna go to jail. But what did you do wrong? Why did you go to jail?
Man.
Because I hit a dead body.
I thought she said I hit, as in drove over and hit somebody. But hid?
The police are searching for Ashley in the woods and near the restaurant. They unlock the front door to Eng's Cuisine. This is not their first search of this entire restaurant, but now they know for sure that they're looking in the right direction. They start combing through the entire place again, but this time with a lot more patience. They go through the
So the
kitchen, the
pops
walk-in
hid
freezer, the
his
messy
own
storage
kid
room, the
body?
tiny closet with the mattress in there. And why is there a ladder propped up against the wall, leaned above where the walk-in freezer is? So on top of the giant commercial walk-in freezer, there's a crawl space. And they shine the light. Look, the tiles are not even. Get the ladder. We gotta go up there.
So the lie detector test was when was that taken? The next day?
The next day. So they've been searching. They called at 9 p.m. They've been searching all night.
Let me get this straight. He called the police. Hey, my daughter's been missing for 5 hours. The whole city they pull up and they help start searching for the daughter and all that stuff. The next day they pull him off to the side, you know what I'm saying, for a lie detector. What the fuck? Like, this shit really crazy out here, gang.
to the day, and the lie detector test is taken.
And then after that, this is when the police
Yes.
is going back to the restaurant.
I mean, I do think that the police were suspicious of the couple from the get-go, but they're honing in now. They're no longer focusing on the woods. They're inside the restaurant.
That's
Taking your business to the next thing. Click up, piece of money to get his
damn, she gets sponsored.
on the ground. The first officer calmly pulls down the first tile, places it on the ground. He shines his light into this tiny little crawl space, and it is storage. There's photo albums, wedding photos of Ming Ming and Liang. He starts taking some of them down, and in the back, he sees like these few plastic bags that smell. He grabs them, and he opens them as gently and as quickly as possible, and inside he sees skin. Dried fish skin and dried chicken.
Oh, okay.
He shines his flashlight deeper into the crawl space,
Oh,
and
he hit
now
the
he's
body
like,
in
there's
there?
really nothing left up here. I'm so confused. He sees in the very back, shoved deep into the crevice of the crawl space, is a bussing container. Like, you know those gray plastic containers that in restaurants they use to take the dishes off the tables?
Yeah.
Those little plastic tubs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, like when you, yeah. So this is all above the ceiling, you're saying?
It's like a tiny little like a mini attic, but it's not even really an attic. So the ceiling is flat. It's one ceiling. But because the freezer is not tall enough, there's a crawl space above it.
Okay.
For
there's
some
a-
duct,
I see.
like a little bit of space, maybe like a cabinet.
So they connect the
Yes.
freezer to the ceiling, and that's a little.
Yes. So they're going through that, and he just sees that bucket left. So he starts slowly pulling it towards him. It just looks like more storage. He pulls it closer and closer, and he hears like a shaking noise.
That's
It's
bones.
salt. It's like filled with salt and just
Ah,
placed
never
up
mind.
here. Kind of weird, but I mean, maybe it's not the most hygienic restaurant. They brush away some of the salt, and inside is a black plastic bag. And inside of that, in a fetal position, is Ashley. All the major news networks in Ohio are reporting breaking news. We have confirmed here at the scene that 5-year-old Ashley's body has been found inside of her parents' restaurant. So continuing with this timeline, people are just trying to add 2 and 2 together now. That means that for 8 to 9 hours, Ong's restaurant has been fully operating, serving customers, cooking, while the owner's deceased 5-year-old daughter was in the back. The forensic pathologist has to remove all the salt covering Ashley's body.
They had to
all
shut
those
that
little white
restaurant
specks.
down.
They conclude that the cause of death is blunt force trauma to the head and the torso.
Damn.
A lot of the officers did not like the parents from the get-go. One even goes into detail in his report. Eyes were not bloodshot, no crying and mucus from the nasal cavity. They just think, that's not how you act when your child is missing, unless you're not their parent.
Yeah.
Ming Ming and Liang have been telling Ashley for months, I am your mom. This is your dad. That person is not your mom. Stop calling them your mom. I'm your mom. But it is not clicking with Ashley. Every time she sees Ming Ming and Liang get intense about all of this, she starts crying, she starts acting out. Ming Ming explains to the officers it's because Ashley was raised by Liang's parents, her paternal grandparents, ever since she was young. Ashley literally thinks that Liang's mom, her grandma, is her real mom. Ming Ming says, I need to talk to her, to explain to her, I'm your mom. Grandma is daddy's mommy. It's not your mommy, I'm your mommy. You are from me, from my belly, okay? It's so hard to talk to her when she's not even 4. Ming Ming and Liang are sitting in separate interrogation rooms now in the police station. Ashley's body has been found. At first, Ming Ming tries to, not very convincingly, but attempts to try and tell the investigators that maybe someone brought up the idea that perhaps Ashley was taken. She says, I don't know. The lady told me she thinks someone took her.
So this is next day. The body has been found. Both the parents are in the police
Yes.
station, and she hasn't been told that the body is found. I
No.
see.
In Ming Ming's interrogation room, there's a female and male interrogator, as well as a female Chinese translator that will come in and out. The detectives try to explain how he sat with Jojo alone to ask her questions, and he asks Ming Ming. And it's very interesting. Ming Ming has her hands placed on the table, they're folded. It's almost like she's in a work meeting. Do you know what I asked your oldest daughter? I asked her, I said, where's your sister at? Do you know what she told me? Mommy and Daddy don't want me to tell you what happened.
No way. She's not gonna say that because
Okay. Can I tell you something else? You want me to tell you?
Sure.
Okay.
What?
We found Ashley.
Okay.
Okay.
What's that?
She's deceased.
What?
She
You want me
playing
to tell you we
dumb.
found her? You want to tell us what happened?
What's that?
Like she don't even like it sounds fake. She said, "Okay, where's Ashley?" Like, oh man, let you really love a family member and somebody say they found them. What she was at? Where she at now? Now, where's Ashley? Like, you know what I'm saying? As a disappointed mom, like, you know, like when your kid run away or something like that. I mean, I don't got a kid. If the kid run away or something like that, nah, not run away. Hold on, I'm trying to think. The fuck was I gonna say? Like a disappointed mom, but like, motherfucker, bitch.
She's deceased.
What?
Do you want me to tell you where we found her? You want to tell us what happened now?
I don't know.
Hey, yo,
I think you're a
fucking-
caring person that was overwhelmed by a lot of things because that's what you're telling us. And I don't think
They snitched on
you're a
themselves.
good mom. Life can be very overwhelming at times. I've got 4 kids. I know. I could tell it. I could tell you're struggling. And I just want to be able to sit here with you and try to figure out, you know, what happened
Okay.
and hear it from you.
The female detective leans in. What happened at the restaurant? What are you talking about? We know something happened at the restaurant, so we're trying to figure out what led up to that. I don't know. I think accidents happen too, and I think that there could be something that happened that was an accident, and you didn't mean for it to happen, or your husband didn't mean for it to happen. Jojo didn't mean for it to happen, so we need to figure out some sort of accident happened so we can understand. I just know what Jojo told me. How do you think she's feeling right now? This is the male detective. I don't know.
You're a mom, a caring mom, and you got a
No,
little
she
girl
not.
that needs you and looks up to you.
I'm not the caring mom.
She said, I'm not a caring
Yeah.
mom.
Stop playing.
I'm the caring mom. Because I can tell you take care of JoJo.
That's only JoJo, not Ashley though.
Yeah, I care the kids all the time.
She has a brief moment with the translator where the translator has to explain to her that caring means loving.
就是说对孩子很好，照顾他们，照顾得很好，caring。
Oh, okay. I'm overthinking that's the grandma or something like that. She's just basically a translator.
我没有说我对他们很好啊，我自己对他们很严啊。啊，你没有说过对他们很好啊？我说我对他们很严，我说我是个很严的妈咪。可是你给孩子吃穿哈，对呀、照顾他们哈，实际上就是 caring。哦 ，OK。loving，对，你爱你的孩子吧 ？loving。Oh yeah, you love your kids.
So it appears that maybe she doesn't know what the word caring means. Then they just skim over it.
Ashley, you're not even crying. I can't. Why? Because I can't. I don't have any.
You don't got no emotions for that kid, meaning you ain't never cared about that motherfucker. I ain't mean to call the kid a motherfucker, but you ain't never cared about him.
What is anymore?
Okay. I understand that. That's one thing you and I both understand. Okay. What happened to her?
The male detective on the side starts getting aggressive with Ming Ming. He leans forward. He's raising his voice. Your daughter is dead, Ming Ming. She's dead. She's dead. She
Found
wasn't
the
on the
y'all
couch.
restaurant.
She wasn't on the bed. She's dead in your restaurant. And now we can sit here and play games all night, but I don't want to do this. I know that you love your daughters. You told us. Do you think that JoJo wants to go through this and lose her sister? Do you want to sit and play whatever and say, I don't know what happened? What happened
It was a deal,
to Ashley?
bro.
How did she end up dead in your restaurant? Silence. Your daughter is dead. I just don't understand. You said you have nothing left. Isn't that what you told me? You don't have any tears left. You have nothing left. Ming Ming, your daughter is dead. I just don't understand that. I'm to the point where I'm crying for your daughter.
Putting
I'm
it
not
all in her
expecting you to
face.
cry, but there's the death of a 5-year-old little girl.
This is the show everyone is watching.
Ready or not, here I come.
Players walk in,
Get your popcorn ready.
legends walk out. March Madness continues through April 5th on ESPN. Greatness is now playing.
The energy in this tiny room feels like maybe it's a little bit much. Everybody steps out, leaves Ming Ming alone with her thoughts, and now just the male detective returns. He plops down across from Ming Ming. It looks like he's plopping down in front of his teenage kid who he just caught sneaking out. He looks disappointed. He looks disgruntled. He looks like he would rather be, I don't know, 50 other places. What are we going to talk about? Ming Ming shakes her head no. I'll listen. I don't have any more to say because I know that you're just going to tell me nothing happened. I just want to find out what happened to her. I can see it in your eyes that something happened.
Yeah.
I'm so tired.
How do you think I am? Don't you think I'm tired?
Yes.
I was at home with my family last night. Okay. I didn't get no sleep. So I woke up yesterday, Monday morning at 5:30 in the morning. I haven't been to bed since. Okay. My job's to help people. But also give people closure. Okay? Your husband called me because your daughter is missing. That's the report that I got. Okay? I left my family because it's important to me to come to help you find your daughter.
They are facing off in the interrogation room. Usually the interrogators try to sit on the side. Sometimes you'll have one interrogator in front, but always someone to the side. This detective is closing in on her. He's sitting square in front of Ming Ming. He's got his arms reaching about
He trying to
halfway
close.
onto the
He knows something. He know. You know what I'm saying? She fold. She definitely gonna fold. But yeah, she know. He know. He knows. She knows something went down. Basically, just trying to get the information up out of her and all that stuff. And I believe the dad made a deal that went south.
table. It's a tiny
Or
little
she was
table.
adopted,
He's
or
looking
they just never cared
straight
about her.
in the face. He's not letting her look away.
I want to know who did
She's
that to
resting
her.
her elbows on the very edge of the table, and she is also not leaning back from his gaze or his very intense body language. She's just staring right back. What happened to Ashley? How did she die? I kill her. You killed her? Yeah. How did she die?
Yeah, kill her.
What happened? How did she die?
Just kill her, and then she died.
Well, I mean, I wasn't expecting that answer, but damn.
How did you kill her? Did you hit her? Did she trip? Did she fall?
I understand that, sir.
Okay. Did you hit her?
Yeah.
Okay. How'd you hit her?
How?
Yeah.
Use hands to do that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that what
They're
happened?
snitching like a
How many times
motherfucker.
did you hit her?
I mean, shit. Do everybody? I mean, shit. The police knew that they obviously were lying. My thing is, if you offed your own child, which is totally non-acceptable, but why? I'm glad that they called the police and got caught. But why call the police to get caught? I'm confused. Like, what was going through their head? Like,
What happened after she died?
After she will die,
Yeah. What
she just
happened?
died.
Okay. What did you do with her after you died? After you died?
Nothing. Just leave her there.
they didn't care about her then, for sure.
She says, I told my husband to take care of it. I need to take care of everything from the restaurant. I only have 2 hands. I'm not 4 hands, girl. I'm 2 hands. I don't want to do that to Ashley, but you can't control yourself sometimes. Sometimes if you do it 1 time, that means you have to do it 2 times. If you do it 2 times, then you have to do it 3 times. I don't want to do that, but I can't control myself. Meanwhile, Liang, the dad, is in the next interrogation room over, explaining, my wife, she's not a bad person. I mean, I married her. I wouldn't marry her if she was physically abusive in the beginning because, see, my daughter, she's 6 years old, Jojo. Took care of both of us for 6 years. Not once did my wife physically abuse Jojo out of anger or anything like that. We spanked her if she did something wrong, but nothing like the bruises on
So
her
the
or
daughter named JoJo, so the mom
like
named
all over the
Ashley.
place that you found on Ashley. My wife is a good person. I know it's very hard to believe.
Oh, JoJo
seeing
is the
Ashley,
older
but look
sister.
at JoJo. Look at
Okay.
JoJo. Ming Ming is a good person. She's a good mother. She just has problems.
Ashley, the
did you
dead
ever
daughter.
report the abuse
JoJo, the
to
older.
law enforcement?
Mom and dad, okay.
I was worried. Scared that God's gonna take my wife away.
Well, how bad?
What?
I mean, report the abuse.
Ming Ming is a good person.
What'd he
She's a
say?
good mother. She just has problems.
Why didn't you ever report the abuse to law enforcement?
I was worried. Scared that God's gonna take my wife away.
Well, how bad? I mean, what kind of...
She gotta have some fire head or something, bro. Man, you don't want no abusive relationship, dog. None of y'all do. I ain't never been in one. But do I want to be in one? No. Abusive relationship is one thing. But if the wife get abusive and start putting her hands on the children, then I'm going to start getting abusive on the wife. Let me stop. Let me go.
You started talking.
No, let me stop. Let me stop.
Initially so bad. If it was initially so bad, I would probably report it. But just,
Escalated?
Yeah, and then at that point, I was like, she got so much bruises on her. I can't call it in anymore.
Well, would she twist her arm? Would she kick her? Would she hit her? What happened?
So Ashley, I believe Ashley, the kid who got RIP, sadly, she was calling everybody else mommy and daddy because obviously they mommy and daddy didn't care. The mom was just an abusive bitch, and this dude right here just he didn't care about the daughter's safety at all. All he wanted was his wife love. So if he had to watch his wife beat the dog out of his daughter, you know what I'm saying? Because I guess she sneezed when she wasn't supposed to sneeze or something like that. Whatever that made the wife happy, that's the type of dude he is. and he went for to intervene and nothing like that because he didn't want to get into an argument with her. Basically, she's right, she's right, everything's on her, whatever, just to make her happy, and I'ma live a normal life, even if it costs me losing my life. I mean, even if it costs the daughter losing her life, as long as my wife is happy. That shit crazy, dog.
Twist her arm, kick her, hit her.
But never touch JoJo.
No, not once.
He explains that Ashley was raised by his parents for the first 4 years of her life. And since Ashley got back, maybe not even a year ago, it's been rough. He says that his parents call nonstop. They send relatives over to tell Ming Ming that she's a horrible mother. He says, my mom started telling my wife that she's doing it wrong, that she's raising Ashley wrong. That kind of got to my wife because it's, your own daughter, and then your mother-in-law's telling you that you're not doing it right. You're not supposed to be doing what you're supposed to be doing. That's one thing, and then you gotta look after your own daughter. She's 4. She's not potty trained. She doesn't know her last name. She doesn't know if she's a boy or a girl, and the list goes on and on with all these things. And she finally knows that she's a girl because we taught her that, and we taught her last name. But initially, when we got her back from my parents, she didn't know. And combined with the fact that my mom kept telling my wife that she's doing it wrong, and seeing how Ashley was actually raised, the combination of the two just made my wife really angry. And the more my wife saw Ashley being that way, not being able to be potty trained and just getting angry. It's always when Ashley does something that Ming Ming gets triggered by.
She still doesn't know to potty in the bathroom. So that really gets my wife going because we have her for a year now. She still can't. She's still not potty trained.
So that was one of the things that really irritated your wife.
Yes.
He tries to argue that every time Ashley would not be potty trained, it's a reminder for Ming Ming about her mother-in-law criticizing her.
What?
Yeah. As for what happened yesterday, Liang tells the full picture, whereas Ming Ming doesn't. Liang says that he went to go drop off JoJo from school. He comes home and he recognizes that Ashley had defecated in her diaper. So she pooped in her diaper because she's not potty trained. And which, by the way, I've got a very firm stance. If your child is not potty trained, that's on the responsibility of the parent. It's not the child. The child does not potty train themselves. She pooped in her diaper. And then I think she was so uncomfortable with the poop in her diaper because obviously it's not a great sensation. She took off her diaper, which led to some of the poop falling onto the floor. Liang walks in. Ming Ming is smashing Ashley's head into the carpet.
In the restaurant or at home?
At home.
So, you're 5 years old, you still don't know how to poop and potty. And I'm like,
man, I hope they kill her in jail.
And,
that's the dumbest thing I've heard, bro. Man, what the fuck, at 5 years old, I'm correct, they said she was 5. Let me read the title. 5-year-old child found dead. Okay. Guys, at 5 years old, I'm pretty sure they don't wear diapers no more. I believe it's like they start actually wearing underwear around like 3 or 4. Motherfuckers potty trained at 4. I promise you, bro, my little sister, she was born in 2018. She'll be 8 this year. Yep. About 2 years ago, she was 2 years ago she was 6. So what? 2022 she was 5. No, she was 4 in 2023. She was already potty trained by then. Cause yeah, ever since I got my car, which was in 2022, she was already potty trained. She was already walking. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, come on, bro. At 5, dog. What's she supposed to do? Walk around with the goddamn how much time they got her? How much time they give her, bro?
She was breathing. She was still breathing then. And
did you see your wife do it?
Yeah.
Yo. Imagine that. The love in your protectors. One of them beating the whooping out to you, bro. Beating the life out of you. You got her screaming for help and you look up. That Pop's just watching. He ain't even. I hate, fuck him too. Fuck both of them.
They let her be.
That's
She's making these snoring sounds. And
He
he
probably
says
was
this
eating
isn't
Pringles
the first
watching that
time
shit
that
too,
her head has
dog.
been smashed into the carpet, so he didn't think anything of it. He thought it would just be fine, that she was hyperventilating, which that snoring sound, we talked about that in like the previous episode. That's not, you're not sleeping. Like, he thought that she's sleeping or she's hyperventilating. So about a good 5 minutes pass and all this vomit starts coming out of Ashley. She starts having green fluid come out of her nostrils. They take her, rinse her off in the bath. They still, I guess, don't think anything of it. They bring her back to the living room and she's still breathing. And then a few minutes later, he goes to check up on her on the living room floor and she is no longer breathing. He starts freaking out, and that's when they decide they need an alibi. So they're going to dress her in her clothes, put her in the baby seat, take her from their apartment door to the car, buckle her into the car seat, drive their deceased child to the restaurant, unbuckle her. That's when the roofer saw her.
The only 3 Vuori pieces you need for your warm-ups, your workouts, and your cool-downs
The story makes all
are the
sense.
core
Like,
shorts,
She was already
the whole story makes sense now. I'm overthinking. She got kidnapped.
deceased by this point. They're going to keep her in the back of the restaurant while they open up for business as usual. And then he's going to go pick up Jojo. Jojo's going to see her sleeping in the mattress on the back so that she doesn't have to lie, so that she can tell the truth. And they look her sleep business as usual. Deceased by this point. They're going to keep her in the back of the restaurant while they open up for business as usual. And then he's going to go pick up Jojo. Jojo's going to see her sleeping in the mattress on the back so that she doesn't have to lie, so that she can tell the truth. And they look more credible as a family. And then after Jojo leaves for a second to get a tooth pulled out in the front, Liang moves Ashley's body on top of the crawl space. It's sick and twisted that they're using their eldest daughter as an alibi, but he also says, you know, I didn't know it was going to be this serious. He just thought that he was going to call 911 and they were going to say, okay, your daughter is missing. He said, I didn't know the procedure. We didn't think that I was going to be coming down here taking a polygraph. I was going to be asked so many questions, that it was going to be involving so many people. If we knew that there was going to be 100 people searching, maybe even more, I don't even know. I'm just sorry.
I want to fall off the trip with my back hurt. Man, I hope they fuck him in jail. I ain't gonna lie. Beat his ass or some shit. I don't know. Beat the dog shit out of him. Hope they kill the mama and they beat the dog. Let me, I gotta keep my voice down because the people just got home. But I hope they do it soon. I hope they throw them. Man.
Cook and serve meals while your daughter.
Don't even put them in prison. Throw them in the ocean and let them figure out how to get out. Leave the door closed. What? Hold on.
Finish it up. Also, that's what I was afraid what was going to happen. If we did, we were afraid of going to lose our daughter, we were going to lose our family.
Nah, you gonna lose your daughter. She going back to your mom. You gonna lose the restaurant. Y'all gotta work. Y'all gonna lose each other because y'all gonna be going to prison. Both of y'all. Because you was accomplishing this month too. Y'all not gonna be going to the same prison. Y'all gonna be going to the far prisons away from each other. You know what I'm saying? Nah, might not. That. This could be life. 50 plus years for sure. Not no 30. 50 plus to life.
We worked so hard.
Maybe that. No, not. Maybe that.
6 years.
Because I was going to say, they didn't kill nobody. They killed.
He is so acting like he's.
They
so
should have stayed in. Where they from? Chinese or something. Yeah, they stayed in China with that. They probably would have got away with that stuff. Come to the U.S. doing all that. You could. Shit. I think China, they probably would have killed them on the spot when they found out. They probably would have went talked to the executioners, all that. I mean, the police or whatever. As soon as old lady said, I killed my daughter, boom, killed her right there.
That's right.
So they might have come to the U.S. with the best move, but they not. They could.
I'm just cleaning up.
It's sad as heck,
this and that, this and that. He doesn't even care. The daughter died.
Yeah, later he keeps calling Ashley it. Did you and your wife both agree on putting her there in that container? I mean, we talked about places, and I said this is probably the best place to do it. You know, it's well
having a whole discussion where to put your dead daughter at, man.
Plated with the salt in it, and we're not going to be worried about the temperature
like it's
because
a normal
it's cooler
day.
up there.
Normal
now, side
event.
note, there are speculations by netizens, and as someone who knows a lot of people close to me that are autistic, there are speculations that perhaps Ashley was on the spectrum. At one point in the interrogation with Liang,
That
the dad,
sucks.
he shows the police how Ashley was standing, which seems to irk him. To the point where it sounds like he's almost justifying their abuse to Ashley in some regard. He says, this is how she would stand. I don't know where you get that. I don't know how she did that. But my mother never corrected her, and this is not how a person stands. So he stands up in the interrogation room. He takes off his hoodie for this demonstration. He stands on his tippy toes, and his arms are bent, and a lot of people with...
They didn't like her because the way how she acted, I guess. Why didn't they correct her? I'm telling you, bro. It had to be bad parent. If you want to beat the... I mean, if you can't even... So much stuff wrong with people, bro. Y'all know DJ Ghost. He one of my favorite YouTubers. Shout out to bro, even though he got more followers and subs than me. Higher following. He's more famous than me. But look, one thing he said that's true. A lot of people don't deserve to have kids. A lot of people don't. I'm surprised they raised JoJo right. If y'all know JoJo, they 6 years. They got 2 daughters, JoJo and Ashley. The 6-year-old and the 5-year-old. The 5-year-old RIP. I'm surprised they raised JoJo right.
Autism called them like T-Rex arms.
They probably put all their money in the vest and JoJo and left. Didn't care. Ashley wasn't sound like a goddamn man. It sound like an accident. It's sad.
And they could be indicators for younger children where maybe diagnosing is a little bit harder. This seems to be something that some doctors who specialize in the diagnosis look for. And that her hands would be kind of bent at the elbows and then bent at the wrist with her hands kind of flapping forward. And then sometimes she would put all of her weight on just one foot. And then the other one would just be tippy-toeing. And again, tippy-toes is another sign that a lot of parents with autistic children look out for.
And she would just do that. Pretty much, we correct her, she would do it, correct her and do it. She would do it. A lot of things. There's a lot of things that we felt that my mom had her for 4 years that she should correct these things. So, every single time I'm asking to do something like that, it would trigger my wife because my wife would be reminded of what my mom said.
And he says that's the reason that Ashley was getting abused, whereas JoJo wasn't. Because when they got Ashley back from his parents, they said there were so many, quote, problems that Ashley could not feed herself. She was still in diapers. She didn't know how to use the restroom by herself. She was not potty trained. She didn't even know how to go into the refrigerator to get something. One family friend said, I've seen Ashley, if she was thirsty or wanted something, she would walk to the refrigerator, point. They would have to walk to the refrigerator.
She obviously has some medical condition. Dog, putting your hands on a child always been a no. Whooping them, that's different because I grew up getting whoopings, you know what I'm saying? That whooping them, yes. I believe in whoopings, don't get me wrong. I know a lot of people, parents nowadays, they don't like whoopings and all. They don't want to harm their child, which I understand. But if your child do something very, very, very wrong, then yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like something like some dumbass, you know what I'm saying? Curse out the teacher and slap him at school. Oh yeah, for sure, you getting a whooping because we don't disrespect people. But I don't know, man. It's a lot of stuff. When I get my kid, I already know I'm gonna raise my kid for real, for real. I ain't gonna spoil him, but I'm gonna be, you know what I'm saying? I know exactly the type of father I'm gonna be. I've been waiting on that, man. I'm not trying to have one too quick, but I ain't trying to wait too late. You feel
Open
me?
it, and then she would point to what she wanted. She was still in a high chair because she didn't know how to use eating utensils, hold a cup. And again, I just don't know why any of the adults, even this family friend, is talking about it as if it's something wrong with Ashley. I don't think anything's wrong with Ashley, and if someone is upset by, I guess, maybe her development, it's up to the parents to work on that. I think it's crazy that they're talking about her like she's weird, like something's wrong with her, when nothing is wrong with her. They would say things like, so Ashley was almost like an infant in a 5-year-old's body. And again, they're almost placing the blame on Ashley when it's on the parents. Liang says, we would have to feed her, like even a regular piece of sliced bread. It would take her over half an hour to eat. My mom had her on a liquid or semi-liquid diet. She has problems processing solid foods. That's why it takes her so long to eat. Clearly, they have no intention of getting her help, though, because he says, we didn't take her to the doctor. We were afraid because the doctor would see, that she's bruised all over the body. Interestingly enough, a lot of people don't even know that they have 2 daughters. A lot of them only know JoJo. And there are speculations that because maybe Ashley was
they put all their money in JoJo.
Not what they perceived as neurotypical, they didn't want people to know that she was their daughter. And it's kind of gross because in Liang's interrogation, he continues to state that, yeah, okay, fine, Ming Ming's going to jail, I'm going to jail, but guess what? I don't want JoJo to be raised by my family. I want her to go into foster care. He said if JoJo is raised by his family, they're going to turn out the way Ashley did. He
They
said
really hated Ashley, dog.
JoJo's going to turn out the way Ashley did. He says, I just don't want my family to raise my kids. I'm just afraid they're going to turn out like Ashley.
I definitely reacted. They was right here, right next to me, though. For sure, especially on, man, who should I hurt the most? If the mom and the dad was right next to me, who would I hurt more? The mom for putting her hands on the kid or the dad for watch? That's a good ass question. I'm gonna give them both hell.
And then my wife is going to hate her. And even as he's being taken to prison, he says, I just don't want my mom to have contact with my oldest daughter, JoJo.
She gonna get him.
Okay? Not that she's a bad person, it's just what happened with Ashley. I'm really afraid she's going to raise JoJo the same way. In prison, in jail, the couple have turned on each other. Ming Ming's attorneys have accused Liang of harming both Ming Ming and their 2 daughters. Those allegations did not come back up in court, but Ming Ming confided in a psychiatrist in prison that Liang was the one responsible for Ashley's death. She claims that she was instructed by him to tell the investigators that she was the sole person responsible for Ashley's death. Some netizens actually can agree with this theory because the way that she's confessing in the interrogation, it's vague. And it's like, I killed...
Man, this whole story got me from sleep to woke. That's crazy.
Let's get it over with.
I was sleepy like 30 minutes ago. Now I'm woke.
Oh, you're saying she did... All she said was she killed her with hand.
Yes.
And she didn't give any more details.
Yes.
Every detail is from him.
Yes, and then some netizens are digging deeper psychologically and saying
Y'all
perhaps even her
man, I don't care who killed them.
flippant attitude. So a lot of people, when they first see the interrogation...
I don't care if the dad had lied or the mom had lied. I don't care if the mom had took the blame and said she the one who killed him, even though the dad had killed him. I don't care. Man, regardless, y'all both were in on it. Y'all both talked about we're hiding the body. Y'all both clearly did not shed a freaking tear for the goddamn baby. Y'all both didn't care for him. Like, y'all was both in.
It's like, wow, this lady is crazy. And she is crazy, right?
Yeah.
But some people think, what if she thinks she's doing something for her eldest daughter? Like she's taking one for the family.
Yeah, I think she's clearly crazy, but I think the husband's more scary.
Yes.
The husband.
Terrifying.
Everything, the whole way he carried himself.
Like, my wife is such a good person, but also she murdered our daughter in cold blood.
Yeah. He's in his mind, the story he tells is, oh, I love my wife and I'm protecting her.
Yeah.
But truly, if you think more, he's like, clearly messed up.
Yeah.
So the argument by
they both messed up equally.
People that believe, and again, nobody is feeling sympathy for Ming Ming, but they're saying that maybe Liang is the one that killed the daughter, and perhaps Ming Ming took the fall because Ming Ming is not in the U.S. legally, so she doesn't have her papers. And so maybe she thought, either way, if he goes to prison, I'm gonna get deported, and then JoJo's gonna have nobody.
So what exactly did she say? She said he killed the daughter.
Yes, and that he has been abusive to not just her, but also the daughters. And he threatened her, if you don't take the fall, you're going to get deported, and JoJo's going to go into foster care, and I'm going to go to prison. And then she says that she originally took the hit for it until she realized that he requested JoJo to be sent off to foster care regardless. And the netizens who believe this theory, no sympathy for Ming Ming, but they have scoured through the Ang's Chinese Cuisine restaurant Facebook page. There are just back-to-back posts of Liang running that page and saying, sorry, we're closed today because my wife is sick. My wife is sick. So people are commenting, very odd that this place was closed so many times due to his wife being ill.
This is the show everyone is watching.
Ready or not, here I come.
Players walk in.
I can't even say nothing no more, dog.
Legends walk out.
This
March
got me
Madness
like.
continues the April 5th on
You got me
ESPN.
thinking, dog.
Greatness
Like,
is now playing.
They thought maybe he was being abusive.
this got me
Now,
thinking.
October 12th, 2017, initially Ming Ming pleads not guilty to murder by reason of
the
insanity.
fuck out of here, bitch.
She ends up taking a plea deal. She pleads guilty to involuntary manslaughter and other charges. And under that plea deal, she has been sentenced to just 22 years in prison. The judge says the horror of being beaten by...
Man, It's niggas in the prison doing way more, and they didn't even kill nobody, dog. It's crazy, man. They didn't show no sympathy, nothing like that, bro. 22 years, I ain't gonna lie, 22 years for a murder is like, I ain't never heard that before. Normally it's 40, maybe 50. You know what I'm saying? But 22? These niggas in prison doing 24 years and they didn't even commit a murder. They did something completely different. You know what I'm saying? Probably a fucking armed robbery. What you call that? Home invasion or something like that. Like, they probably did something like that. Probably got like 12 years or something like that, plus other charges and all that. But murder, dude?
By her own mother. I use the word mother with great pain when talking
22
to you.
years.
It's insulting for mothers who do what they're supposed to do for their children. 100 years.
I bet you she got parole too. Probably on the 12th year or something like that. Whenever this went down, like 12, 18 years, they gave her parole.
So why 22 then? It's likely because she is going to be deported back to China right after her sentence in 2040. Meanwhile, Liang is serving a 12-year sentence for his part of the crime. He will be eligible for release in 2030, which netizens are very upset by because during his own interrogation with the police, he says, let's say I went through with this and I didn't get caught. I'm going to be looking over my shoulder for I don't know how long because a dead body is there that I eventually have to get rid of. And if you put it in the ocean...
Mind you, let me just say it like this. They both killed the person. They both talked about where we're hiding it. They got their other daughter to freaking play distraction, the decoy. They took the body out of the car, hid it in the shop, hid it up front. I mean, on top of the freezer or whatever in the attic. Called the police, hey, my daughter missing. Lied to the freaking detectives about... They only get 12 years for that, dog. 12 years, bro. It's people, and that's people, man.
The tide can wash it back. If you bury it, animals can get at
12
it. Someone
years.
can find it. If you burn it, there's a chance someone is going to see you because it's going to be a very big fire. You're not going to do it during the day. You're going to do it during the night. So when you're burning a big flame at night, someone is going to see it. We thought about all of this, and honestly, we weren't really too sure what to do after that. One officer writes in his report, during the interview with Liang Jiao, he shows no remorse for Ashley. The only time he showed remorse for was when he found out that he would not be able to see his daughter Jojo. Even during his sentencing, he tells the judge, a year ago yesterday, I lost my daughter. And he says nothing of any substantial value or emotional substance. He continues and takes a weird turn. No one is going to remember my daughter. No one. The people in my family, I don't want to be rude, but none of you remember her. None. It's so strange. And it's just left netizens with like a really bad taste in their mouth. There are a lot of people from the community that are confused, writing, they look so nice. They seemed like good people. Others writing, I remember this case. I was a new mom and I couldn't even fathom someone being able to do something like that. We all prayed together in front of the restaurant and left flowers and stuffed animals. They actually demolished and rebuilt the strip mall not too long after it happened, but we're never going to forget that poor baby girl. Another comment reads, if your child isn't potty trained at 5, that's completely on you.
Yeah,
that is the responsibility of the parent,
though.
not the child. She was probably under constant stress that she had that little bladder control. Others are traumatized by their Asian parents actually using this case against them. One netizen writes, my mother would have loved to use this case to tell me how good I had it. Weirdly, she always tells me to read child abuse books and tell me how good I have it. Others write, it sounds like poor baby Ashley was autistic and needed early intervention. This breaks my heart. I hope they get buried in jail.
That's what I hope they do it to him in jail too. I ain't gonna lie. I say do it to him, I mean beat him up to death.
Use their other daughter and let her see her sister, quote, sleeping as an alibi, makes me want to throw up. The reviews to the restaurant now just read, not child friendly. And that is the case of Ashley Jiao.
R.I.P. Ashley, bro. R.I.P. Ashley, bro. I actually like her channel. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, or stream, I should say. I'm finna end the stream for the day, but I also stream tomorrow. I might play a horror game, might play Rainbow Six Siege. We might be just chatting again. I'm not sure yet, but only tomorrow can tell. Hopefully, y'all have a good rest of y'all day, and I'll catch y'all later.